Back to mute. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I am streaming live through Zoom, so we're going to try this. Just because I haven't been happy with the way the live has been. So I'm going to stream this way. Oops. But I just want to, okay. Just going to the group so I can make sure that it's streaming properly. No, I'm not there. Oops. So let me just get to it. Here we are. There. Okay. I have to put this somewhere. Let's just put it up here. Oops, don't go anywhere. Okay, this way I want to be able to see the comments. Roxanne can't join us today because she has a migraine. My poor little girl, poor little sister. Hey, Keiko. Hi, Emma. So we had our little social chit chat time earlier. Now we're going to do this. I'm hoping, and I'm just looking, and I think it looks okay. It doesn't look blurry. I'm not freezing. Hi, Arlene. So I think it should be okay. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Good. It's just never know, right? Never know what's going to happen. Hoping that my glue gun works too still. You know, this is so irritating. I wonder if that'll work. My Ryobi, I tell you, I used this afternoon for like hardly any time, and already the battery doesn't work. When you're paying that much money, you really should have a battery that's going to last a little bit longer than just a few minutes. So I have this to plug in. I tell you, I want to plug in my phone because I want to make sure that I don't want to run out of juice while I'm doing the class. So I'm just going to plug it in. Just a second. I'm going over here. Okay, so I just want to let people know I was talking to the ladies at Jubilee Fabrics, and they are expecting their new shipment in. They said some in April and some in I think they said May, or did they say June? Maybe April and June. So for anybody who orders from Jubilee Fabrics, start looking. I would just check their site every once in a while to so you don't miss out, because I tell you, their stuff sells quite quickly. They sell up very quickly. I put up, well, today we're doing the envelope. This is the envelope. Pretty. Just love this. It's just so pretty. Anyway, we're doing this one today. Next week is going to be Create with Deb. And then we're going to be doing the boot or the bee. I haven't decided which one yet, but I will let you know. Everything's been shipped out. Yours lasts a long time, Sheila. Mine does not last. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Drives me a little bit crazy. Hey, battery back. It shouldn't run out that quickly. Yeah, literally. I turned this on around 1 o'clock. I used it just to do the hobby horse, and it's like, and it's nothing. Like, it's dead. So I'm not very happy. Yeah, and then so I'm doing the ornaments for May, June, and the projects for May. And I should have them all out next week. I finished the hobby horse today. So this is the hobby horse. Turned out so super cute. I just love it. And this is just a hanging ornament. It's about, I think it's like 5.5 inches tall or something. Yeah, so it's just a really nice size for your for the tree. It's just so pretty. But I'm gonna do it in another color. So this one is in reds and greens, and the hobby horse is, just the color of a horse, really. This is, I did timeless. So I'm going to do another one, but I'm going to do it in different colors. And then you'll have an option of which color that you want in for the hobby horse. Oh, thanks, Deanna. Yeah, I think these are going to be the hobby horse is going to be super popular just because it's different. Like it's different than what a lot of people come up with. It's going to be $7.50 on my site for the hobby horse. Oops. And everything that comes with it. And then the other one I'm doing is going to be hot cocoa. It's like a 3-part mug set. Hot cocoa mug. So I'll probably have it finished within the next couple of days. So I will post it in the hobby horse on the website. If you order it, I can hold them until the next shipment, until I do the 2 other pieces for May. That makes sense. Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know. I am actually reading this. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Sheila. Thanks, Emma. Yeah, I just love this little hobby horse. It just turned out so cute. It's really so easy to do too. So I think we're going to go down. We're going to go right to the envelope. Now I am doing this a little bit different, so I'm hoping that this will work. Ugh. Yeah. Let me get the light in here properly. So I'm doing this just a little bit different. And I'm thinking this is going to make, I'm hoping this is going to make things a little bit clearer too. So we'll find out. Because remember, I always constantly complain about how unhappy I am with the clarity on it. Anyway, I'm hoping, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. So the first thing we're going to do now, I use the Folk Art Oatmeal for this. I thought it was just a really great color for this piece. You can use celery green. If you do, please add a little bit of either bleach sand or warm white just to soften it a bit. Because otherwise it's too greeny and we're kind of going for a softer look in here. So add a little bit of warm white or soft sage, bleach sand. You just want to soften it. You can use soft sage. It's a really light, pretty color. You can use it. Those are in the Deco Art colors. I actually think there's something in the Folk Art colors too. I'm gonna have to look and see what it is. That's really quite pretty and soft that you could also use. But I'm going to use oatmeal. Ugh. Losing my comments. The hobby horse is adorable. Thank you, Diane. Something I was thinking of doing, this is gonna starting in after the 6 months, so in July, I was wondering if I should do any classes during the day instead of at night all the time. So I was gonna get public opinion on that. What you think about doing it during the day instead of at night. Here's my. I think I'll use this. Yeah, so I might try that. I think there's a lot of people who do them during the day. And I thought, and I mean, they're recorded, so you can't watch it during the day. I mean, you can watch the recording. But I think that would open it up during the day to more people being able to watch it live too. So anyway, I'm contemplating. So I'm going to do all of this in this green. And again, I'm using oatmeal. For those of you who are looking for colors in folk art that I use, this is one of my favorite colors. I use this so much. Cover Distributing. I wonder if I'm allowed to say this. Anyway, Cover Distributing is going to start carrying all the folk art chalk paint. So if you order things from them, you can also order the chalk paint, which will be nice. And that's there. Let me just get a piece of paper towel here. I'm going to dry this up. And you can see it's darker. I'm actually going to dry brush this too with, I haven't decided if I'm going to use bleach sand. I use bleach sand because that way I can get the white to show a little bit better. I'm gonna get it really good and dry. Then I'm gonna give it just a, oh, I just stuck my fingers in the paint. I want to give it another, just a really light sanding. I'm just going to do it over the garbage just so that I don't get any on my piece. But I'm just going to use 320 grit, go over it really lightly. It just kind of smooths it, and it also softens it a bit. Now make sure when you sand that you use really soft pressure. That way you don't get marks on your piece. You don't want sanding lines. And you can see I did sanding it. I got some around the edges. I actually do want that. I'm going to bring this. I just go around these edges. What's the quality of the picture like, ladies? Is it okay? I'm gonna go around all the edges, like doing a little bit more in the corners.
I think the quality is really good, Deb.
Is it good? Okay. Thanks, Claudia. Good. I'm gonna take that away. Thanks, Deanna. Now I'm going to dry brush these because I want to soften this even more. So I think I'm going to take bleach sand. And I'm gonna dry brush this. Now I got these new brushes that see. I got these new brushes from the site that shall not be mentioned. If I want to try these ones or if I want to try these. I like dry brushing in these too because they can leave kind of a really neat finish. Well, let's try these ones first, and if they don't, might be a little bit too, I think I might try this one. You never know. I haven't tried either of these yet. I got these because I wanted to leave kind of a green finish on a project that I'm doing. And I thought those brushes would be a really great fit. Hi, Mary. Again, I'm gonna just kind of pounce this on. I like to pounce, but you can see there's hardly, you can hardly see the dry brushing. It's just very soft. And I like to start it out that way and then I can just add more. I don't want to go really light really fast and then go, oh, that's way too much. I'd rather do it in layers. I'm just going to take some of this off and just pounce it a little bit more. Like a pounce. I like the effect that it gives when you do pouncing instead of just, going like this, brushing it on. I like the unevenness of it. And when you start adding all the things to it, the stencil and everything, it just looks, I think it looks really cool. I'm going to do it on this too. We're going to be splattering this and just doing a whole bunch of things on this. So now, when I did it, I rubbed some of this metal right here. You can see that. So I'm going to take a brush. Which one? I think I'll just take this dry brush. And I just want to fix that, but instead of brushing it on, I'm just going to take a dry brush and just pounce a little bit of that color, the background color back on. And it just covers it better. You don't see if you use a wet brush or anything, it leaves too much of a mark, whereas this isn't going to. When it's dry, I can then continue my dry brushing over it. I'm just gonna do a little bit more dry brushing on that. I actually have this brush, picked up this brush in several different sizes that I could try it out. It's a little bit more to it. Yeah, that'll do for now. Okay, now I'm going to do a stencil snowflake all over this. If I can find my snowflake stencil. A million of them. And I'm gonna grab my stamp while I'm at it too. I think I'll use this one. Okay. So this is the stencil that's on the website, and this is the one that I used on this project. It's so pretty. I just loved it because it was such a delicate snowflake design. A lot of the stencils, the snowflakes they're not as delicate. So I really like this one. It reminded me kind of like a stamp. Oh, I just got a thing that Bumblebee Wishes and Merry Christmas is out of stock. I will put more up. Thanks everybody who ordered. So yeah, so I am going to just take this and I'm going to use my frayed burlap. Oops. And I'm going to just randomly stamp this design front all over this main piece and then this other part. Over here. Oh, so many. I think I'll use this one. So again, this is your choice. You can use any snowflake stencil that you want. Let's see if this one works. This might not be the best brush, but yeah, works just fine. So again, this is frayed burlap. And this is the distressed ink one. I haven't got the frayed burlap oxide, so I'm not sure what that color is like. Sometimes the oxide's in the same color, in the same name. So the distress oxide frayed burlap you would find would be much lighter. And yes, even though this is going to all be behind this main piece, I'm still going to just stencil it anyway. Just in case any little parts show through. I love this frayed burlap color. It is such a gorgeous color. Especially when you're working with this oatmeal. Oh, what color did I see? Oh yeah, so from Jubilee Fabrics, I got this green fabric that I really do just love. But it's called ecru, or I have to look and see, but it's just like an off-white color is what it's called. But when I get it, it looks like oatmeal. It's that green. So surprised. I couldn't believe it. So I'm going to do this front piece to the envelope too. And this is in the frayed burlap. Do a little bit more because we're going to be splattering it and everything. So I want it to show through a bit. We're just going to randomly, and you can do it anywhere you want, really. I mean, this is just where I'm doing it. Everybody has different tastes, so do it where, you want it to. Now, I also added a little bit of a stamp to it. So, and this is just your own choice. I mean, you don't have to, but I just thought just a little bit of a stamp here and there on it. And I use this as the Christmas background stamp from Stamp Canvas, I think, which of course is no longer around. But I think you can still find things pretty close to this on the internet. Just going to put these two things over there. And now I want to distress all the edges, so we've already sanded them, and I'm going to distress again with the frayed burlap, which is right here. Lost my mind for a minute. And I'm going to use my brushes. I need the bigger one down here. I think this one will. Yep. So I'm gonna just go around the edges with it. I just want to keep it, I don't like it too dark. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to go around these edges again, not really heavy. I can always darken it anywhere I want later. But right now, I'm happy with just adding a little bit of distress to it. Like that. Yep. Make sure that I have that right. Okay, now since I've distressed it and I have done the stamping on it, we're going to be splattering it. I might even add a little bit more dry brush to it just here and there. And we're going to be splattering in the white. We're going to be splattering it with some champagne stardust. But right now we're going to go into the snowflakes. I'm just going to put this to the side, just right here, and I'm going to get the snowflakes out. The snowflakes are all done in Snow White, titanium white. And I think I gave everybody just some extra snowflakes so you can pick and choose which ones you wanted. But again, they're just all done in titanium white. And I'm just going to use a makeup sponge to do them. Then I end up doing 2 coats on them. First coat, to cover it really good. And they're all done in it. So what do you guys think? Did you about yes, a stencil, yeah, thank you. It was not part of what color paint would be close to the frayed burlap. Okay, so you can use Hauser medium green. You can actually, because you soften, if you use celery green, say, on the background instead of oatmeal, you're going to lighten it, really soften it nicely with like warm white or whatever. So you can come back and shade or distress like I did with celery green. And then So, and then, if you find it still too light, like it doesn't distress enough, I would go into, you know what I use? I actually took a little bit of plantation pine. I really like that color with this oatmeal, but I did it really, really softly because plantation pine can be quite a dark color, but it really goes nicely with this oatmeal. So you can use plantation pine. It's got more of a, a blacky green to it, which I really like with this oatmeal. But again, you have to do it very, very softly. So it just kind of depends on what you used for the background. Hi, Dorinda. You made it. Yeah, so if you don't have frayed burlap, you can use celery green, you can use Hauser medium green, you can use plantation pine. I like plantation pine, but you really have to be soft. That's the only thing. And if you decide to use it, I would maybe practice it first to make sure that you are really soft. Otherwise, you're going to end up with really dark snowflakes and when you do it, if you find when you stencil and you think, oh, that's really dark, lightly go over it and sand it. And it really does take a lot of the darkness away. So that's something that you can do too. Give it just a light sanding. Again, I'm just going over these with the second coat. And this is with the Snow White. Yeah, the stencil does not come with the kit. You can purchase it off the website. And I'll just ship it with, your next kit. A lot of people have already bought it. I had bought a lot of them because I knew a lot of people would want this one just because I just really like this snowflake set. I think it is so pretty. 3, 1, 3. Okay, so you can use what's it called? A glamour dust, the sprinkle on glitter. I have this one. This is just a cheap one from the dollar store, believe it or not. Just this cheap thing from the dollar store. I think it was $1.75 for this thing. I'm going to use it just because it's it's a little almost old-fashioned-y, the glitter in this. So I'm gonna use this, see what it's like. But you can use the like I said, the DecoArt sprinkle on the glamour dust sprinkle on glitter in the crystal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little snowflakes, all these snowflakes like this. Make sure they're dry. Hi, Deb. See Deb Atnick's here. She crazily did all my, just notice this, just a minute. My hobby horses today for me. As I sat there and chit-chatted with her. Didn't you, Deb? Hi, Deb. So I just wanted to get that dry. Now what I'm going to do is you can use Mod Podge if you want, or like matte medium, anything like that. I'm going to use Mod Podge. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I'm trying to figure out. Come here, you. There we are. And I'm gonna take just a little sponge. Move this up a little bit here. Sorry, it was a little bit off screen. And I'm just gonna dab this on my snowflakes. All over them. And then I'm gonna sprinkle this on. Just looks so pretty. This glitter is actually really, really pretty. Even though it's just real cheap from the dollar store. I really like it. It's just kind of got an old-fashioned-y kind of a glitter to it. So I want these to dry. So I'm going to take them and just put them over here while they dry. And I'm gonna come back to the envelope. Now this needs a lot of, splittering and splattering and whatnot. Oops. Yes, you sure did. You worked very hard. I was very proud of you today. Where's my glue? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to glue this together. And glue it on. I hate it when. Does yours ever, anybody else's ever get gum? I hate it when it sticks because you sit there and I always put the lid right back on and it still seems to
Deb,
block.
I take and I put a pin in there, like a sewing pin that has a little
Oh,
ball on top. And that
and then,
really helps keep it sealed
oh,
up and
what a
ready
good
to go.
idea. Good idea. Good idea. I probably would have thought of that if I had a, thought at all. Okay, so I just want this to be lined up properly. And I'm going to put this on top. I like to kind of put the glue to the inside. So if it spreads, it's not going to seep out the edge. Oh, I should move it up so you can all see the lock page. Where's my sister? She's supposed to be. When she's not here, she isn't here to tell me that I'm off screen a bit. Sure that's even. Okay, yep, that looks good. Now, while this is drying, sure that's right. Okay, I'm just gonna let this dry. We're gonna do the bow and we're going to do the tag. I'm just gonna put that over there and let it dry a bit. We do the bow. Have berries, little berries, which we're gonna do in Rookwood Red. Now you don't have to do this. Some people, I imagine, like the shiny. I don't like the shiny, so I like to give it just a coat of the Rookwood Red. And then they can turn into this, which I just think looks way better. Oops, so this is a Rookwood red. I'm gonna pick up a sponge. I'm gonna dab it on. And you don't have to cover it perfectly. There. You just really want to dullien it so that it's not that really bright, shiny. I'm gonna dry this and then just do it one more time. And again, you may, if you like the bright, that's fine. But otherwise, just tone it down with the Rookwood red. Really does look so much better. I'm sitting here going, where is my, I hope I have my Snow Tech, because I'm going to need my Snow Tech. So I'm just going to let these dry. Oh, there's my Snow Tech. Phew. Okay. We'll just give this a quick little dry. And I'm just going to put them up here. See, to me, that looks so blurry. I don't know, ladies. Use the stainless steel pin. Oh, good idea. Yeah, stainless steel. Oh, yeah. I don't put a pin in the glue, no. But I will. Guess I always figured because it had this, I couldn't put a pin in it, but of course I can. Okay. Now, let's see where I have this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm just going to get some colors for the bow. And my Bodabra. Oh. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to come up a little bit. I'm too close. Okay, I don't want to be too so close. Okay. Scissors. I hear in Eastern Canada, I don't know if it is in the States, but Eastern Canada got a load of snow. Did they get it in Eastern States too? I'm just going to make a little bow. Now you can see it's not a really big bow, it's just a little one. For here. It's because it's not supposed to overwhelm the envelope. So you just want a little one. Let's see how many I did. One. Just one. Cut that a bit. Now, if the strips of fabrics, these don't need to be too wide. So if the strips of fabric that I give you are quite wide, because I tend to give too much or more than you need, just cut it and give it a quick little tear. So both of these are a little bit wide. So I'm going to rip both of them. I just gave it a little tear. You can iron them flat. Been trying to iron everybody's fabric after I tear it when I ship it. I wonder it takes me so long to do kits. But you don't have to. They'll just lie flat, or sometimes this looks kind of cool when it's all kind of mingly-mangly. And I'm gonna do this one. You're just gonna make a bow. And like I said, don't do the loops too big. You don't want this to be too big. We had snow in Northwest Missouri. Really, they got what, 20 centimeters? I don't know how much 20 centimeters is. Do you know how much 20 centimeters is, Deanna? I have absolutely no idea. Is it like 15 inches or something? I don't know. 10. It must be like 10 inches. Yeah, you can use a flat iron to do the little strips that I send you. You know, your hair straightener. Looks quite cool, actually. Easy to do, easy to use. I have a few extra little pieces here. Let's get rid of the threads. Good thing my sister isn't here because she would go crazy. Maybe I have to take this along with the bow. 20 cents, about 8 inches. I think they got way more than that. Maybe it was 20 inches that they got. I don't know. There was a lot of snow back east. Way too much for me. We got our lawn done today. They had to aerate it, which is one of the plugs. First they had power raked it, then they aerated it, and then we got the new topsoil put down, all this enriched topsoil, and reseeded a bunch of it, just because, you know, got to do that every once in a while to keep it good. Now, let's come back to this. It's all dried. So we're going to really soften this up now with splattering. Bunch of different splattering. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff so it's a little bit tidier here. Okay, so I really want to soften this a bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to really splatter this because I want this to be quite soft. You can see how soft this is here with the splattering. And I may even add a little kind of a dry, I'd add a little bit more of the Snow White. Just before I splatter. I'm gonna pounce it with a bit of Snow White. So I'm just pouncing it with a little bit of Snow White just to soften it up. But you can see it's really, like I am really doing this softly. So when you do it, make sure that you do it softly. Okay, now I'm gonna take my, not that one, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna splatter this with Snow White now. And I'm gonna use a lot of splattering. A little bit more water. You can see I'm splattering this quite a bit. But I think I want a few bigger ones. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to it, just so I have some bigger ones, bigger splatters on it. So it has lots of splatter on it, but you can still see the snowflake stencil through it and the little stamp here. But it looks so nice. It's so soft, which I just love. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to dry this off. And you can again do as much or as little as you want. It's completely up to you. $18 inches, but in the southern part of the States, we got rain. Yeah, it seemed to be north. I know in Canada a lot did. Hello. Hi, sweetie. Oh, there's Roxanne. How's your migraine, honey? I was saying how I missed you. And I really do. Okay, something that I want to do is, a lot of envelopes, they have, that kind of goes up like this, where it's folded. So I just took a little bit of lamp black. Now I splattered it. I'm gonna do this lamp black, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more splatter, but not much. There. Now I'm going to use just a unbroken wiggly line. So I want to go from the corner there to this corner right here. I'm just going to add this very lightly, this little kind of broken line. And same thing, going to go from this one. I'm going to break the line to there. A little bit here, a little bit there, here, there, everywhere. You can do it really softly. If you've done it soft enough, you don't have to splatter over it. I've done it mine really quite softly, so I'm not going to splatter over this again. I don't think it needs it. This is the little bow. It's going to go right here. But we're going to put the snowflakes in now. Let's bring them over here. Now, let's have a look at this. I'm gonna go this. Just want to set them up before I glue them. These go underneath it just a little bit. And then this is will sit just on top of those like that. And again, you can put these in any way that you want. This is how I'm going to put them in. Here's my little glue. I'm going over to the corner. I'm going to put it in like that. Just hold it down for a minute. Now, some people don't like the harshness of the white. You can do, a warm white or a vintage white if you want. You do not have to do the titanium white. I'm going to glue this on here. And I'm just going to put it over here. And I think I'll kind of bring it up a little bit. Want to press that, make sure that it sticks down good. And then we're going to do the big one. Now, this one, I'm going to use, going to hold that down just a little bit more. Where's my little ones? I think I'm going to do my little ones first. I'm going to do my little ones just in here. One there, one over here. And I'm going to use my glue gun on these, because there's glitter on it. So because there's glitter on these, I'm going to use my glue gun. I think it'll hold better. And then I'm going to do these. I'm just adding a little bit of glue from the glue gun on a couple of pieces like that. Put this in. Oops. Bring it down. Oops, I got glue from the glue gun on that. I'll melt that with this. Getting rid of something when I did it. I got a little bit of glue on the snowflake. So I am just melting it down with the heat gun. There. That, I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Where's my glitter? Okay, and then I'm going to glue the bow in. Just want to fiddle with it for a minute here. I think some of the loops might be just a little bit too big on that. I'm going to cut off the excess. Don't need too much fabric. Coming down. I like this red stripe in here. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the, oops, I think I'll move this out of the way. And I'm going to take a bit of the cheesecloth, and I'm going to put it in the center here. Like this, the cheesecloth in the center. It just seems to add a little bit. I just like pull it apart a little bit, make it all messy and frayed. Sort of bring it together in the middle with my fingers. Stick it on. like that, and then I'm gonna take my berries that we did. They actually just pull right off these wires. We're going to stick them right in the middle, but I'm going to do the tag first. Now, the tag I just did in bleach sand. You can use any color. You can use desert sand, you can use, just any of those colors. If you use antique white, just make sure that you, uh, or even desert sand, maybe soften it up just a little bit, or it's going to be quite dark against this. So I would just soften it up a little bit. Oh, let's take. This will work. I just want to paint this. And again, I'm doing it with bleach sand. So I would do it with one of the softer sands or antique white, soften it up a little bit if you don't have bleach sand, because you don't want it too dark. But white would be too stark, so I wouldn't do it white either. Now I'm going to take my scissors and just rough up this edge a bit. And see how, just by running the edge of your scissor along there. It distresses that edge. I mean, you can use, your gator if you want, but this works quite well. Just to distress this edge. Like that. And I'm going to take my frayed burlap. And I'm going to go over that edge. You don't need to do too much. Just gonna do a little wiggle over it like that too. I'm gonna take my pen. I'm gonna write snowflakes from heaven. I have the one I want here. I took a whole bunch of my pens upstairs when I was working. And I think this one's ready. I don't want to use that one. This one will be good. Now you can, if you don't have, one of these pens, you can use, just use your, one of your, your black paint and your fine liner and do it. This one's just going to say snowflakes from heaven. That's snowflakes from heaven, and I'm going to splatter it. Needs the splatter. I think I'm gonna. Get that off me. And I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to cut this just there. And I'm going to glue it just on the edge here. Now I'm going to glue my berries on. like that. And then I'm going to, you know what I noticed? Oh, I'm surprised. Deb didn't do any of the holes. I just noticed that Deb didn't do the holes to hang this. And I didn't. I just noticed that. Gonna have to drill holes, ladies. I do apologize. I really do apologize. For some reason, I did not notice that. Deb Antonek, where are you? Why did we not do holes on them? She's gonna say, what the heck? Oh, the tag is really little. The tag is a very small tag. It is. Now, if you just take the tag area, not where the little hole is, it is about 1.5 inches. I'm gonna drill 2 holes in mine, ladies. I do apologize. You are going to have to drill a hole in yours. If you do not have a drill or do not have access to one, you can glue onto the back of this. I'm just gonna get my now, I'm gonna show you just because I did that, and I feel really bad now that I did that. I am going to show you how to just glue it onto the back, okay? Oh, I'm so mad. I honestly did not even notice that until just now. What is wrong with me? I think the new batch I'm gonna get Deb to do holes in. So I'm going to show you what to do if you do not have access to a drill. If you have access to a drill, you just put it through the holes. But if you don't have access to a drill, I'm going to show you how to attach this, okay? Carefully. Now I'm going to hot glue this on, and then I'm taking a couple just little small pieces of fabric. Now you can also paint the back of yours, so it's all completely finished if you want to. You don't have to, just leave it blank like that. Let me just see. No, I didn't on that one either. Some people do finish them off, some people don't. So it really is completely up to you. Oh, I want that. Where's a little piece of fabric? Okay, so I'm going to take the scrap piece of fabric. I just cut it into a couple little squares like that. I'm going to hot glue this on. Wish my Ryobi worked. Like this. And put this over, and this really helps secure it. So when this dries, I tell you, this is not moving anywhere. I'm going to do the same on this side. Just make it however long or short you want it. The hanger. I'm going to cut this a little bit. Glue this on. Take my fabric. So again, if you do not have access to a drill, oh, sorry about that. You can do this with your hot glue gun and a scrap piece of fabric. I tell you, this thing gets glued on and it is not going anywhere. I know I've tried. Do this little piece down. But you have to use a glue gun. You can't use a wood glue or anything. You have to use the glue gun. And this is so secure, ladies. It is not going anywhere. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Snow Tech and I'm gonna splatter this with Snow Tech. It's gonna soften it up even more. Still cannot believe that it doesn't have holes in it. I'm gonna have to ask Deb why we didn't put holes in it. She's gonna go, because you didn't tell me to put holes in it. Exactly what she's going to do, you know. Is she watching? Sitting here going, is she watching? She's not, otherwise she would be commenting. Okay, now I want to splatter. I'm going to splatter all over with Snow Tech. This adds a little layer. A little bit more to this, and I'm going all over with it. I like to do it on the fabric. There. I'm not covered in that. But there is our little snowflake. I'm just looking, making sure. Oh, so I actually added a little bit of Sweet Annie. So if you have some Sweet Annie, I can take a couple little pieces of it. I sprayed this with hairspray the other day. I took it outside and just sprayed the bejingles out of it with hairspray. Now, that's going to be too long. There. I like it when I can get them, the bendy ones. And see how it's kind of curved? I'm going to take my glue gun, do a little bit on the end here, stick it under here. A little bit of in there. Just going to add a little bit of Sweet Annie to this. Tell you, I absolutely love Sweet Annie. Okay. I think it's the color of it that I really, really like. Little piece here. There. Here's our little snowflake. Now you can dress up the handle if you want. It's totally up to you. I'll often take a little piece of, just cheesecloth, and I really shred them. Just rip it into a whole bunch. I pull it, tear it. Don't like it to be too thick in areas. And take it. Just tie it in a knot on there. separate it. You can add a little snowflake on here if you want. I think I did an extra one. This is kind of, that's too big. Yeah, see, I won't use that. That one's too big. You can have little ones though. Or you can use a button. A button would look really cute. You can use a rusty bell if you have a little rusty bell. I think you might use a rusty bell. I'll put a little bit of snow on it and put it on. I think that's a little bit too much. I think I'm gonna. So I cutting it and you can see how it just looks flat and straight across. Just sort of start pulling and ripping at it. And then it will just become all uneven again. There. I'm gonna bring this up to me, which I'm probably going to be upside down. We'll see. Ah. No, it goes down fine. And it's just that it's being oh, I'm tightening it that fine instead of loosening it. Well, maybe that's why. Is it me? Is it me? Okay, back up to me. Is it me? Back up to me. Da-dee-dee-dum, da-dum. Okay. So this is our little envelope that we just did. And again, totally up to you if you want to add more or less snow. It's just very soft, very pretty. You can add little different things to it. You don't have to do it this green. You can do it in maybe like a winter blue, a really nice, pretty soft gray blue. It's just if you have a nice color that's your favorite color, you can do it in that color. But I just think it's so pretty. I really like this. Easy to do, and it's going to look so pretty hanging up at Christmas. And you know what's nice about these is that they're not common. So when you go to a craft fair or something, if you're doing them for a craft fair, nobody else is going to have this because this is just something that I did. So that's always really nice. So again, this is our snowflake from heaven. We have the two of them, and if I can do them side by side, I can't. Again, it's really pretty, really easy to do. I am sorry, I just realized that the holes were not drilled for it. Oh, I did not notice that before. It's totally beyond me. But if you cannot drill them yourself, you can just do this on the back. And honestly, this is never going anywhere. I've done that with other things before, not going anywhere. The new one, this is the one new one that's coming out. I'll probably actually put this up on the site. This is the hobby horse that's coming up. So hang here. I was going to put the little thing, but I still want it to be too long, too big. This is about 5.5 inches or something like that. It's really easy to do. Looks really good. I think it's so pretty. Something that you can do, and I just noticed this, and I forgot to do it with the envelope. I'm going to just do it now. I splattered it with my Galaxy glitter. This part. But I'm just gonna quickly do it because to me, it's not finished if I don't do that. So this part of the envelope, just in here, I splattered with some Galaxy glitter. So I'm just gonna take my toothbrush and splatter a little bit on because it actually looks super, super pretty when you do that. It's just that gold on it, right? There's my daughter, my baby daughter. My daughter is calling. Oh, I think I have to do. We'll have to, oh, just a minute. I have to press decline and then I'll come, hoping I'll come back. I'm pressing decline and she keeps phoning me. Ah, hold on. Hoping she's back, but that's okay. I got to Facebook. Okay. Oh, now she's texting me. She must need me for something. Hold on, ladies. Mummy moment here. Let's see, what is she saying? She's saying, wish you answered. She is saying, Nana, oh, darn. I'll phone her right after the class. That's okay. That happens. That's why she kept phoning me. So yeah, so this is it. So I have splattered Galaxy glitter on it. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's Galaxy glitter and this is a champagne stardust on it, and it just looks so cute. So I'm really pleased with that. It's just something a little bit different. So I hope you like that. So again, next week, I'm just coming up to my comments. Oh, I'm not getting comments. Why am I not getting comments? Oh, because I'm on that. Okay. Is this right? Yes. I like the edges, but how do you get the paint on it? And if you do, how do you clean it up? How do you get paint? Oh, on these edges here? Is that what you mean, Darlene? So if you get paint on the edges, like I splattered, you can see mine's got some splattered snow on it, which I don't mind at all. I like that. A lot of times I don't mind if I get paint on the sides because it just adds to the rusticy distressed look to it. But if you do get it and you don't like it, you can take black and just go over the edge. Because this is really dark. So you can use black and go over the edge. I think traditional burnt umber, you can use it too. And that'll just bring the dark back. But a lot of times I don't actually like it. Let's see if I got it on. Just because I think it adds to the distress kind of look to it. So it's, it's kind of up to you of what you like. Again, I like it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. I hope you like the little envelope. You can get them on the website. They're still for sale. If you have any questions, let me know. The instructions are under file. This will go under guides very shortly. I will get the hot cocoa cup and hot cocoa mug. The other hobby horse, I'm going to do it in another color. And then so you'll have a choice of which color scheme you want. And I'm going to be sending out invoices. Probably, I did a bunch of invoices, but I have still a lot more to do. And I'll probably do them this weekend. I'll get the rest of the invoices out for the shipping of all the kits. There are still some stencils left on the website. A lot of them are sold out. Oops. And I'm putting the stamps up. I have stamps I have to put up. I still have more stencils I have to put up. I've just been really busy. Like I said, I actually still have companies from the 20th. Still have company. So anyway, I'm trying to be really organized, but it's really hard when you have company. I will talk to everybody later. Have a great weekend. Any questions, of course, just email me, put it in the group, whatever. Whenever you paint anything of mine, please put it up in the group. Gonna have a little contest soon, asking everybody to put up things that they painted that I've done, and we're gonna be randomly drawing from that. Okay, everybody, thanks a lot for coming. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye.